I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. How I got it, why I got it, I have no idea.
Hello.
Hey, good
Hey,
morning.
how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So, I was really excited to meet you, and more than
I
anything,
appreciate it.
all the people here have been really excited and waiting for
I
you.
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the love. I really appreciate it. You know, like I tell everybody, you know, that you know, like I think I want to be a poster child for people with multiple sclerosis, with this disease, you know, because I know, you know, what everybody goes through. I know what it can do to your body, but you just got to take it and just keep pushing forward, you know. So I
Absolutely.
definitely understand it.
So this
Yes,
is what everybody's looking for, a person who can inspire them, give them enough motivation, positivity,
right.
what everybody is seeking. We went through your profile, Chris, and I can say you are truly inspiring. I mean, how you have,
That's
you
it.
know, you have MS and still you coped up with the disease, the symptoms, and you have
Right,
made your way through. We would be
right.
like, we have been just waiting to know your MS journey. If you can just
Um,
tell us a little bit about
absolutely, absolutely. I definitely, you know, well, you know, 22 years in the military, retired Navy. I was in the Navy,
it.
and you know, just I've been an athlete my whole life. You know, football, powerlifting. So I definitely I built this frame since I was 14. So I've always had like crazy genetics or whatever. Just been able to, you know, to be a great athlete, to be a very good athlete. I started competing as a bodybuilder. I got inspired by a good friend of mine when I was in Japan. I was stationed in Japan for like 10 years. So when I was in Japan, I got inspired by to be a bodybuilder back in 2007,
Okay.
2008, 2007, 2008 time frame. So started training and being a bodybuilder is like it's different. It's a different lifestyle. It's different than being a football player or being anything else because nobody's forcing you to train.
Right.
So I literally, so it's literally your own self-discipline, your own self, whatever you have in yourself that's going to make you do it. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got into it and I loved it. I loved it. I see somebody asking a question, when did I decide to be a bodybuilder? It was 2008. 2008. I'm sorry, I'm just going to answer questions too. But as I go, so it was 2008 in Japan. I did my first show in Japan in 2008. And the very first show, I was nervous, but I ended up, you know, winning that show. You know, my very first show, I won. So
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I was like, wow, this is fun. So it just lit the fire, and I've been competing ever since then. And then all of a sudden, boom, 2015, 16, MS hit me. I retired out of the military. I did all that time in the military, And I've been through all that stuff. I did all these tours. I did 4 tours. I did 2 in Iraq and 2 in Afghanistan. So I said, I've been through all this. And now here MS, here come MS. You know, I'm like, and I had no idea. I didn't even know what MS was. I didn't know what multiple sclerosis was. I had no idea. Where I'm from New Orleans, right? I'm from New Orleans, Mississippi. So
okay.
where I'm from, we get diabetes. We don't get multiple sclerosis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know where this come from. I don't know where this disease comes from.
That's just a perception.
So yeah, so I was like, you know, okay, I got it. So now we got to figure out, you know what I got to do. But I started having like symptoms. The first symptom I had was in 2015, early 2015. I had my first symptom. I had like an out of body experience. You know, it was like my whole right side locked up for a few seconds. So my right side locked up, and then I was like, you know, I was kind of like stuck at my desk, and it was the whole right from my face all the way down to my feet on my right side only. So I experienced that, and then I was like, you know, it was a few seconds, and I was like, wow, what was that? So okay, that happened, you know, when I was sitting at my desk, and then, you know, I kind of like blew it off. You know, I just blew it off because I'm not the type of person to go to the hospital that often. So anyway, even though medical is free for me, it's totally free due to the military. So I had no problem. I had no reason not to go. So anyway, that happened, and then maybe a couple weeks later, it happened again. It happened again while I was driving, but this one was a little bit harder. I was driving in the morning, and my right side locked up again. So I'm driving, so I almost had a wreck right then. It happened 2 times in a row. It happened twice in a row. So I'm driving, and then my right side, it was like an out-of-body experience. You can see what's going on.
Yeah.
I can see what's going on, but I can't control my body.
Yes.
I can't stop what's going on. So I'm like, what was that? So I ended up calling my wife. I remember calling my wife right then while I was driving. And she told me, you know, she called her mom, which is, she's in the medical field. She called her mom, and she ended up telling me that it sounds like I'm having a mild heart attack, you know? Yeah, that's what it felt like.
That's the first thing that comes to mind, yeah.
Yeah, I found like I was having, they called it TIA, the medical term is TIA. It's an acronym for something. I don't know what TIA stands for. I have to Google it and pull it up. So I thought I was having, so maybe somebody on here can tell me what TIA stands for. But I thought I was having TIA. So, anyway, so that happened, and then, so I end up going to the hospital, and I kind of explained to them what I was having, shortness of breath, my heart is racing, you know. So they immediately took me back. They was like, "Oh, you having a heart attack?" You know, that's what the doctors assumed. You having a heart attack, something going on. So they took me to the back, and they hooked me up to everything. I did every test under the sun, every test you can think of. I did an MRI, EKG, EEG. They test my heart, blood work. They did everything.
Yeah.
Everything came back normal. Everything came back straight, you know, except for when they did my MRI, you know, they do it with contrast. Oh, somebody already put down what TIA. I appreciate you, Warrior. He put down what TIA stands for. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, boss. I appreciate you for looking it up for me, but that's what I thought I was having. So anyway, but I thought I was having TIA. So anyway, my good friend hit me up, Faradine, AJ. So I call him AJ. He looked up TIA as well. I appreciate you, AJ. I love you, boy. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just giving people a shout out. That's my boy, right? That's my best friend right there. That's it. That's it. Also Rico right there. I love you, boy. I'll see you soon. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting backtracked. I'm getting off my story. So anyway, when they test me, I did my first MRI. Then, so when my first MRI came back, it showed that I had lesions on the right side of my brain.
Okay.
So it was showing spots. It said spots on my brain, but then the doctors gave the terminology of lesions. I had lesions on my brain. So now I got lesions on my brain. I'm like, okay, what medicine do I take? That's all I want to know. What can I take? Because here I am. I'm a tough guy. I've been a tough guy my whole life. So I was, I don't, you know, I'm good. You know, give me some medicine and they'll go away. So anyway, they kept me in the hospital. They kept running all these tests, and I'm like sitting in the hospital for like over a week now at this time. Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? If y'all can't find out tomorrow what's wrong with me, then I'm just gonna leave. You know, so I basically the next day I signed myself out of the hospital. I'm like, I'm not in jail. Like, I'm not gonna just sit in this hospital. You know, I'm fine. You know, that's what I'm telling them. I'm fine. I'm not gonna just sit in this hospital and just until y'all figure it out. No, it's not gonna happen. So I signed myself out under the doctor's, you know, without the doctor's approval. I signed myself out because I think I'm a tough guy, you know. So I end up leaving, and maybe I say maybe a month. Huh?
They really allowed you to leave?
Yeah, they let me go.
Oh my God.
They let me go. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. They let me go. They let me go. Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm messed up, but I refuse to believe it. You know, like I'm like, nah, I'm fine. No, I'm good. You know, so they let me go. You know, but I had to sign a waiver saying that the doctors didn't release me. Yeah. So I had to sign that. They made sure that I signed it, that I was being released without them telling me, you know, So maybe, okay, after that, maybe a month or two later, it's still in 2015. I'm still in like mid 2015. They haven't diagnosed me yet with multiple sclerosis. So anyway, maybe, you know, like going towards late 2015, you know, I say maybe October time frame. Those out-of-body experience, I don't want to say the name, but they were seizures. I was having seizures. That's when they finally got it, you know, figured it out. What I have, those were seizures I was having, along with spasms. My body was locking up. So I was having it again, but this time my vision went off. Like my vision was off. So now probably like October, my vision is gone. So if I looked at you, I saw two of you.
Oh my God.
So now it's basically the MS just started attacking me. So, you know, it just started going in. So now my vision is like off. So now I'm literally still, you know, don't want to go to the hospital, still don't want to. So I was driving. I was still trying to be self-sufficient. So I was driving with one eye. I would put one hand on my eye and drive.
Oh my God.
That's so terrible. I'm terrible. I hope don't nobody take my advice about it. I hope don't nobody on here take it. Yeah, I hope don't nobody.
It's good to be strong, but not this.
Yeah, that's too strong. That's just too much. You know what I'm saying? So yes. So I was like, okay, I'm driving around with one eye on my eye, you know, yeah, so you know, so my vision is like off. You mean I felt like I'm looking straight, but both of my eyes was looking at two different things. It's crazy. So I said, okay, you know, I told my wife, she was like, just go to the hospital. So I went back to the hospital and I talked to the same neurologist that I had that did my first MRI earlier that year. So I can't remember her name, but I remember her. It was an Asian lady. And so I explained to her my symptoms. I tell her, you know, I'm having these like out of body, you know, shakes and, you know, stuff like that. And you know, and I said my vision's off. She looked at me strange and she said, I think you might got MS. I was like, I don't even know what that
What is
is. So
that?
no, yeah, I
What
don't even
is
know what that
that?
is. Yeah, I'm like, what is? I don't even know what that is. So you lying? That ain't me. I don't have that. So she was like, yeah, I think you might got it. She said, you know what? Let me schedule you for another MRI. So I did an MRI that day, and then the following in a couple of days, 2 days, I need you to come back for a spinal tap. So she did my MRI. And then when I came back a couple of days later to do my spinal tap, she read my MRI results to me. And she said, you have more lesions on your brain than you did the first time.
Oh my God.
So it was attacking. It was like going in.
Yeah.
So it was really going in. So it was like,
There's
okay,
also
we can.
relapses, to say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going. It was gone. Like it said, okay, you're not gonna take care of this. You're not gonna take no medication. Okay, we finna kick your butt. That's basically what it did. So I did my spinal tap a couple of days later. That's when she read me my MRI results. So when I did my spinal tap at 8:30 that morning. By that night, by that evening, that nighttime, my wife was running me to the emergency room.
Oh my God.
And from that point on out, I was hospitalized for like 8 months.
8 months?
It happened 8 months.
Why?
Because I couldn't stop it. It's like the spinal tap like triggered it.
Oh shit.
Because they go in your spine and they draw fluid from your spine
Yes, yes.
to test it.
Yeah.
Whatever he did, it triggered it. I could not stop having seizures. I couldn't stop. I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad that I remember my wife took me to the emergency room, and she went to the wrong end. She went to the wrong side. And it was so bad that I just had to get out the car and just get on I was on the ground outside the emergency room just throwing up, and just it was crazy. It was just like, I'm like, I couldn't control my body. I did not know what was wrong with me, because I'm a control freak, so, and I've always been in control of my body, so I did not know that is something that was
So,
that I couldn't control it, but
was it that
it felt
you
like
did not
this.
take the spinal tap, or was it that the doctor did it in the wrong way?
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
a waste of like
I
8
don't know.
months and so much of problems. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wish I could go back and ask him, but I remember his face. I don't know his name, but I remember his face. If I go back to that and
It's
see him, I
really
remember him. And he seemed like he knew what he was doing. And he was like, "Be still." But when he pulled the fluid from my back,
So
I was like, "Man."
So did he make you lie down, or was it like sitting?
Yes, I laid down. I laid down on my stomach, and I couldn't move. And I remember looking at him, and the needle was so long. It
Yeah.
was so scary. But he was like, if you move, you could be paralyzed for life. It's just scary. But I remember him taking the fluid from my spine. But I remember by the end of that day, by the end of the night, I was at the ER. I was in the ER. I was messed up. They had to wheelchair me into the ER. I was like, you got to be kidding me. No, not me. I couldn't walk. It took my legs away. It took everything. It just took everything. I couldn't walk. I couldn't stop having seizures. I couldn't stop throwing up. I was just my body. It wasn't my body anymore. It wasn't my body anymore. So it was terrible. It was horrible. So
Just giving me
yeah,
goosebumps. Oh my God.
yeah, it was horrible.
So
Like
terrible.
MS is a beast, man. It put my butt. A big guy like me, it kicked my butt. It put me down. It put me down. I was in the hospital just laid up, and I remember people coming to, a couple of friends coming to see me, and it's just like, they was looking at me like, and my kids was looking at me like, they're like, come on, Dad, let's go, get up, come on, let's go home, man, because like, I mean, I'm Superman to them. you know, and they like, okay, why you not, come on, let's go home, man. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, so, and they young, so they really couldn't understand that, you know, I couldn't walk.
They didn't know, even if you wanted, you just couldn't help yourself.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. So I'm just laying in the hospital bed, and I'm just thinking like, this can't be my life. This can't be it for me right here. This just laying here, the tubes all up my arms. They trying me on all these different medications. They trying to stop the seizures because one of the, you know, they like, if you keep having these strong seizures, one of them could paralyze you. You know, that's why you see a lot of MS people with walking with canes and walking with, you know, in wheelchairs, because I was like, well, you know, we got to fix it. We got to figure out a way to fix this, you know, like.
This is
You
one
know,
thing
so,
with MS. Like today you are walking, you are dancing, you are jumping.
you know what I'm saying? I'm walking, I'm lifting heavy weights with the, it's crazy. Like I tell everybody, man, I feel like, you know, if, you know, I don't know if everybody on here believes in, you know, a higher power, whatever, you know, but it's got to be a higher power out there that I feel that whoever gave me this disease and said, you'll be all right, you know.
So
That's
I know MS is bad. I know what MS does like, but I know it's a difficult disease. But is there anything positive you think it has brought positivity in your life?
I definitely feel like it's a positive note to it. It made me slow down a lot, you know. So it made me slow down and appreciate, you know, things that I do have, because when you laid up in a bed, in a hospital bed for so long, you start to think about, you know, things that, you know, what did I do wrong? You know, you start like, what did I do wrong to deserve this? What, you know, what happened for me to deserve something like this? It just made me take a step back and
You know,
appreciate.
Chris, I think maybe God thinks that I'm his child. Maybe I'm the person for him who is helping him spread awareness about this, bringing positivity and helping people around. Maybe I'm a
Right.
messenger for him. And that's how I think thoughts like these brings you positivity. What did you do in these 8 months in hospital? You were only lying down, or were you able to walk around?
Just laying down, just laying down. Like if I wanted to get up to go use the restroom, I would have a seizure. I mean, it was just like, you know, it was so bad. I was like, man, I can't control my body. So, and then I remember one night, this is when my life changed right here. I'm going to tell you this one. I'm going to give everybody this one. When it changed for me, when it was one night, it was like maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. Because I looked over at the time, I saw the time. It was like 1 something in the morning, and I had to use the restroom. I had to use the restroom. I wanted to get up to go use the restroom. So you know, when you're in the when you're in the bathroom, you got these clickers, right? I mean, when you're in the bed, you got these clickers for assistance.
Right.
I was clicking the clicker, and nobody was coming. Nobody was coming to help me to get up to go use the restroom because I needed help walking to the you know, which was right in front of me, but I still needed help to get over that, you know. So, and I'm clicking, I'm waiting, nobody comes. I'm clicking, waiting, nobody comes. So then it dawned on me, you know, I'm like, you know what? If I don't do this myself, if I don't do this, if I don't do something, then nobody's going to help you.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to help you. No matter how many times you click or how many times you pray, you still have to do it yourself. You have to get up and you got to do it yourself. So I told myself right then at about 2 in the morning, I said, I'm going to beat this because nobody's going to help me.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a nurse on call and she's not even coming to help me, right? That's her job. Nighttime nurses to help the patient when they come. That's her job. Nobody came to help me. Nobody. So I said, you know what? I got to do this by myself. I got to do this by myself. And then a few days later after that, I'm like trying to get up. I'm just raising myself up, laying back down in the bed, raising myself up, laying back. That's why I just started doing that. Just something small. So then this doctor came in. This doctor, he's a white guy. They flew him in. He's an MS. He specializes in multiple sclerosis patients. That's his job. Like he's a neurologist, but he specializes in people with MS. So he came in and he was like, his name is Dr. Robert Baumheffner. You can look him up. He's a man. He saved my life. So he came in and he had this like aura over him, like he just had like a certain type of like a nonchalant attitude. Like he just had so much swag. I just loved him. I love him to this day. I see him every 6 months still. So he came in and he was like, how you doing? He gave me a little backstory about him. And I know he said his wife died from multiple sclerosis.
Oh my God.
So it's real personal. It's personal for him. You see what I'm saying? It's really personal. So he enjoyed working on people like me, with people with MS. So, he told me his little backstory. And then he was like, I just want to see one of these seizures. That's what he said. I just want to see one. I'm like, well, I can't just make them happen. You know what I'm saying? They gotta, they just got to happen on their own. So we sat there and talked for about a good 10, 15 minutes. Where we just talking. He was just in my bed just talking to me. We was talking about sports and stuff like that, whatever, just small talk. And then, like, God said I had to use the restroom. I had to get up to go use the restroom. So I was like, I need to go. I got to go. And I tried to get myself up. When I got up, I could feel one coming. I could feel it. I could feel a seizure coming. So I said, I'm about to have one right now. So I laid back down in the bed and I just had one. And I could feel him touching me. I was having a spasm, my muscle spasm. So I'm aware. So I could see him with the flashlight in my eyes, and he was just all over my body, just messing with my feet. He was doing something with my feet. I don't know what he was doing, but he was checking me out while I was having a spasm. And as soon as I finished it, it was probably about 15, 20 seconds long, if I had to guess it.
So, Chris, after 8 months of hospitalization, you got out of hospital. What was the first thought in your mind? What would you do?
Say again?
After getting out of hospital, after 8 months of hospitalization, what was the first thought in your mind for your life? What you want to do, achieve?
I wanted to eat some regular food. I wanted a hamburger or something like that. My favorite, a lady contested it. I'm a peanut butter and jelly. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm a carnivore. I would eat them all day, every day. So I wanted to eat and just be able to relax and roam. I mean, she really, I tell her all the time, she really held the house down while I was away for that long period of time. She really, took care of the house.
So has your wife been your biggest supporter in this journey?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot take away all the stuff that she's done, especially taking care of these boys. Yeah, it's definitely great because I was, like out of it for a long time, a long time to not be active in, my kids' life. But she's definitely she took care of everything. So I got released. So here I am. I got diagnosed November 2015.
Okay.
I was released from the hospital. I was released from my doctor's chair in November of 2016.
Okay.
Because I was in there for 8 months, right?
Yes.
So a whole year later, I was released, right? I was released from his chair. He finally released me. He said, all right, you can go and have a somewhat normal life. Okay. So once he released me, In December of 2016, I went back to the gym.
Oh.
Back to the gym, and I just started touching the weight, just feeling myself. Started lifting again, and immediately my body started back responding again. Just boom, just started responding again immediately. So then January. Now, let's be long that I wasn't walking that much in 2016. So in January, I trained my legs for the first time in like over a year. I trained legs, and I love training legs. Like, I don't know, a lot of people go to my IG page, they'll see me doing videos and training.
I'm sorry.
Leg presses, leg squats. I do a lot of leg.
Okay, he's back.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. So I was doing legs, and then in January, I told myself that I'm going to start competing in January. I met my coach years ago. I met my coach years ago through an old friend, and coach, he runs a program down in San Diego, California, and the program is called 619 Muscle. His name is Pete, and Pete been in the game 30 years. He's been competing. Just have so much knowledge. So I go to him at the end of January, like towards the end of January of 2016. And I walks up to him, and I was just basically all out of shape, just all big. You saw my before picture. That's what I look like.
Yeah.
And I look like that in January of 2016. So, and the best thing about Pete is that he has a doctor, and I think he's like a nurse. I think he's like a registered nurse. So he understands what I go through for his having multiple sclerosis. He understands my disease. But he still trains me hard. He's so rough, tough, because he knows how far I can push me.
Okay.
So that's why I love him as a coach. He really understands, takes time out to understand the body. So I went to him and I told him, hey, I got sclerosis, out of shape, I'm fat. I want you to help me. I want you to help me, just get back into shape. Maybe get on stage. So he sent me my diet. And he sent me my diet February the 2nd, 2016.
Okay.
I remember the day, just like it. He sent me my diet. This is your blueprint. In August 19th, 2016. Yeah, 16. I was on stage competing.
Oh, already.
So it took me 8 months to transform my body from what I look like to step on stage.
Wow, in 8 months. So, what was your regime like? What kind of exercises?
It's pretty much 90 to 95% is nutrition.
Okay.
I've been knew how to work out. I've been working out since I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
I know how to lift weights. People think that you could just go in the gym and just move some weight around and your body's going to change. No. You have to bring in the right amount of nutrition in order for your body to respond. And I tell everybody, if your body's not changing on a weekly basis, then it's something you're doing wrong in the kitchen. Not in the gym. It's in the kitchen. So
of course.
You got to get your nutrition right before you can start working out.
And Chris, also one thing, I think we were also getting a question about it. So how did you manage fatigue along with exercises
Oh, MS fatigue. Oh,
Yeah, so
yes.
lots of people complain about this, and I'm so sure that
The biggest thing is fatigue is to me, in my own personal opinion, fatigue is be tired. I'll be tired every day. Let's be frank about this. I'm tired. I have pain every single day. Every single day. How I deal with my pain is I put my body under this machine. This machine is called Forever Young.
forever young.
So
Okay.
what it does, how it does my pain is that it literally helps me. It adds heat, and it is like a light, and it puts on the pain for wherever I'm having pain at, shoulder, back, especially my back.
So is it like a massager?
Yeah, it's like cell therapy. That's what they call it.
Okay.
So I use this machine like all the time. I did it this morning when I woke up. It takes the pain away, just automatically. It takes the pain away.
Okay.
So I literally love that machine. But the biggest thing is that I just have a motor in my mind that I just don't let it. I don't let fatigue bother me because I think it's all mental to me.
Okay.
If you tell yourself go do it, and you're gonna do it, like I don't. It's not motivation that keeps me going. Definitely not motivation. It's my mental. I have a motor that doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I just keep pushing. As long as I can handle the pain, I'm fine. And I train with pain every single day. But like I said, somebody asked me what's the name of the machine called.
Yes.
It's called Forever Young. Forever Young. Just remember that, Forever Young. And I'm definitely going to put I'll upload the website. But it's definitely a great machine. It's cell therapy. It takes away inflammation and all this stuff in areas. Because I feel that way MS does it. It fills your body with inflammation. With a lot of inflammatory, stuff. So if you have pain everywhere, so you just put it on the areas where you have pain. It's 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Okay.
It takes it away. Awesome. It's awesome. So I do that every single day. Because every day I wake up, I'm in pain. I deal with pain. I deal with fatigue. I deal with,
So which side of your body has maximum pain, if I may ask?
It's my back.
Okay.
My back and my shoulders, my elbows too. I can just keep going. My knees. I keep going over and over, but it's just I'm always in pain. I'm like, goodness gracious. And I'm a guy that's always been in great health, for a long time. It sucks, man, but I just feel like it's all mental. It's a lot of mental because once I get this body warmed up and I start going, it's like, whatever, like whatever. I said, but that fatigue is definitely big. But what keeps me going is food. You have to eat.
Yeah.
Just because you're tired doesn't mean that you just go lay down. No, keep moving. You have to eat. I eat at every 2 to 3 hours because I eat carbohydrates. Carbohydrates gives your body energy.
Right.
It would kill me if these people that go along these lines. And no disrespect.
Speaking about
no disrespect to those people, but what kills me is when they go on those keto diets.
yes, I was actually getting to that.
You're about to say that what? Keto diet is horrible. So you're going to take carbs away from your diet. You're going to take carbs. Your body needs carbohydrates. Your body needs carbs. Carbs gives your body energy. So the reason why you're tired
It's because you don't have no carbs in it. I eat rice, I eat
Right.
potatoes, I eat sweet potatoes, complex carbs, of course. Complex carbs. I eat a lot of complex carbs. So eat carbs, people on here. You gotta eat your carbohydrates. Jesus Christ. So
Yeah. So keto diet is a fad nowadays. Everybody wants to follow it.
see that, and that's the problem. Is that you know the problem is that, and I help people out with diets too. I help a lot of people, and the problem is with someone that's overweight. That's the problem. You're right, ma'am. You're right. What's her name? She said too much carbs can give your body inflammation. You're exactly right. That's why you gotta have, you gotta do everything in moderation.
Yeah, everything has to be balanced.
It has to be balanced. Your body needs these three types of. Your body needs protein, carbs, and fats. You need all three of them to have a sustainable, natural lifestyle. You need all three of them.
See, having said this, there's one thing which I would like to add that, every MS patient, MS affects every MS patient differently. To some people, sugar will be good. For some people, it might not be. To some people,
Yeah.
almonds will be good. For some, it won't be. It differs. So everybody should actually maintain a journal with them. Know what your body likes. Know what your body desires, what your body hates. For some people, fatigue is a lot. For some people, exercises is too much. For some people, they like yoga, whereas some people, they despise it.
Right.
You should know what your body wants. Please make a list of the foods that you are eating, what you
I
are
agree.
liking, not liking, what kind of exercises is suiting you, what kinds of exercises is not suiting you, what drinks you can take. Every day you can see yourself if you are taking a particular diet today, exercise today, how are you feeling tomorrow? Maybe you're feeling very energetic or very lethargic. Basis on your body of how you feel, you should, maintain a journal and act accordingly. For some people, some things are good, others it is not. So it all
Right.
depends about your individual body. We can only suggest you, but ultimately
You
it's your call.
you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And no problem, Mr. Warrior Spirit. Yes, you're very welcome, sir. And like I said, I tell everybody, any questions that you may have, please shoot me a message. Just DM me. Mr. Warrior Spirit says we both of us is extremely helpful with our information. So that is no problem. I appreciate it. I definitely just want to share that as well. But
We
you're
are glad.
exactly right. You're exactly right about that. You definitely, you got to find a balance within yourself. I mean, I'm not trying to get everybody to be a bodybuilder with multiple sclerosis. No. I mean, everybody can't do this. I mean, if everybody can do it, then it'll be easy. It's very hard. It's very hard what I do. I just couldn't see myself going to the gym and working out to just be in shape. I just couldn't see myself doing that. Like, I gotta have something to shoot forward to, So it's I had to. Somebody asked me a question. Do you have?
Chris, there's someone who has written a very sad thing. I'm really sorry to know this. So, there's someone by the name of Dave from Colorado. He has written that my 4-year-old daughter loves me no matter what, even on days that I cannot walk or move. And she has been so helpful when I have to do, when I have, when I do have issues with, then it's really heartbreaking when I can't do exactly what she wants. It's just a very sad thing that someone has written that this person has MS and the 4-year daughter is really loves her a lot in spite of having MS, but she's not able to fulfill what her daughter wants. Maybe play with her or anything. Uh, so, like, I would like to say about this that, as Chris said, sometimes some things are in your head. You really need to do something. You really need to fight with MS and do things for your loved ones. Sometimes your MS will not allow you to do many things, but be positive. Always be
Exactly.
positive.
That's exactly what I said. He said he or she, well, it's a he or she.
It's a he.
He said that he had a 4-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to, everybody deals with their own thing their own way, right? So I don't know what, so he's dealing with it his own. I'm trying to find a sensitive way to say it. So me, I just chose to get up. I chose to get up. And you know what I did? When I got out of that bed, I started walking in the hospital. I learned how to walk myself in the hospital, okay? So, the hospital got rails. You walk along the sides of the walls of the hospital, they got rails to hold yourself up, right? So I was walking in the hospital, and I said, I'm going to get up for 5 minutes a day, okay? So I did 5 minutes a day. And then next time, maybe another week or two, I'm going to do 10 minutes a day. Then I'm going to do 15 minutes a day. Then I'm going to do, I don't know. I don't know what made me come back. I had no idea. But I was determined.
It's just you.
I was just determined to get up. I can't say, I got in this, but to me, I got in this, but who cares? That's how I felt. That's how I felt, because I felt like that I've been through so much in my life, in the military, then, all this stuff. I said, I could beat this. I know I'm going to beat this. I knew it. I knew it. The day I changed my mind, I knew I was going to beat it. And somebody asked a question about how do I deal with heat, because when you work out and training, you get hot. I think, what's her name? I can't. Okay. It's B. Mucker. B. Mucker. Oh, she's still here. She said, do you have any head intolerance? She said, how
B. Mucker has asked,
yeah, how do I deal with it when I do with heat and stuff? Like I say, it's just, I don't know. That's a good question, but of course, when you're training, you get hot, you get sweaty, you get everything. But I don't know. I don't worry about that. And people be like, oh, I'm scared of having flare-ups. When I started training, I haven't had a flare-up in a while. It's been a while. It's been over a year. But when I started back training seriously, and I trained to compete, which means that my training is probably a little bit harder than a normal person just in the gym training, right? So now that I'm putting myself through this rigorous training to get on stage, to try to be successful, to be a winner, but I'm also dieting. I'm also, trying to get the proper rest. I'm trying to, everything has to play a big part into it, So, so with that being said, it's, you have to, I just try to find a balance. And I remember one time I had a flare up in the gym. I had a flare up in the gym. And you just got to take a step back. You just got to be like, well, there's always tomorrow, because I'm going back again tomorrow, so. It's just, I can't, I wish I can answer all these questions, effectively, but, I just don't want to quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. It doesn't matter, like, it is what it is. This illness is not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. There's no cure for it, so I got it. I'm going to have this for the rest of my life. So that's fine. So you just gotta deal with it.
That's a way.
You just gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it. It ain't gonna go nowhere. So why sit up there? I'm not gonna sit here and play I'm sick, so I can't. No, I don't use that word. I can't. You can ask my 4-year-old son, and he'll tell you can't. It's not in the man's vocabulary. He'll tell you straight up, we don't use that word around here. I can't. I might tell you I can't right now, but I'm definitely going to do it later. Yeah. Somebody asked me, she said, do I still have spasms and seizures? I haven't had a spasm or a seizure it's been over a year. It's been over a year.
Thank God.
I haven't had not one seizure or spasm because of my nutrition. I feel it's because of my nutrition.
Okay.
I don't put nothing in my body that's not supposed to be there. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I never have, never did. So never will.
Wow.
I've never been a drinker. I don't even drink wine. So I don't do none of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been a health nut my whole life, so I have no idea how I got in it.
That's wonderful.
I've been in shape pretty much my whole life. So the only time I got out of shape is when I was in the hospital.
It's very rare to see nowadays people not drinking.
Yeah, I don't drink. I could be the only person in the party not drinking. I'll be the only person.
I can relate to it. There's one question wherein Justia 80 has written that MS affects my hands and arms. They are painful and goes numb. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I used to have that. I have it every day. Not every day, but sometimes I have if your hands are going numb, you can definitely get them back to come. What I do is I just try to. You can still move them. Once they go numb, you can still move them. So I try to open my hands back and forth, open them wide, open them up, and I try to move my arms up and down, up and down, up and down. And the biggest thing is what helped me. Like I said, when I went back to the gym to train, I just started touching the weight. I would go and grab a dumbbell and just pick it up, put it back down. Pick it up, put it back down. Just little stuff that you can do as long as you're trying to be active. You have to take your body back. That's the thing is, you have to take your body back. You can't. You have, it's your body. I mean, I'm not going to let this disease control me. I didn't want to let it control me. So I said, you know what, let me just try to do something. I remember going to the gym and just doing something simple. Just picking up a 10-pound weight and putting it right back down. Just pick it up, put it back down. Because I was trying to get the strength back in my hands. So I came a long way, man. You know, I mean, the biggest thing is I appreciate you for letting me use this platform to share my story, because, you know, people don't know. You know, people don't know. My good friend is on here. His name is Joel. Joel, what's up? Boy, I love you, boy. Good friend of mine. He's a very good friend. We used to work together at Google.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, so I just wanted to give him a little shout out. I see him. But yeah, it's, I tell everybody, you got to figure out a way to take your body back. You just got to take it back. Yeah, I see Jennifer here too. Miss Jennifer, thank you so much. She said, I love your attitude towards this disease. I love yours too. She was on the what show? What TV show? No, yeah, she did the Rachel show. She did the Rachel TV show. She was on Rachel, and she was able to in a trip and everything. This Jennifer 14. She's right here. I hope I'm saying your name right, Miss. Let me know if I'm off right now.
We are very glad to have you here. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, it's Rachel Ray. That's a TV show she was on. Rachel Ray. Yeah, that's what she was. Yes, she's cool. She has MS as well. You have MS as well, right, Jennifer? I think she has some type of autoimmune disease or whatever. But we talk, we deal with each other every now and then, and talk sometimes. So she's really cool. I appreciate it.
Chris, there were two other things I was talking about. One was a good sleep, that we should have good hours of sleep, and second was please be away from stress.
Yes, stay away from. Yes, I mean, I definitely try to get my rest. But sometimes it's hard, because sometimes when I'm trying to rest, it's really difficult, you know. But I because of the pain, sometimes I have pain late at night or whatever. So, but I definitely go back to what I said earlier. My machine that I put myself on, it helps me sleep. I put myself on that machine, my cell therapy, and I'm good to go. I do my cell therapy, and I am good to go. I mean, it's definitely that machine helps me. It helps me a lot. So
Okay.
it definitely helps me a lot.
I can see Dawn Mary has joined us. Thank you, Dawn, for joining us here. So
Okay.
my first live interview was with Dawn Mary. She
Okay.
is an amazing person, a beautiful model, amazing person.
Awesome.
Even
Awesome.
she had shared her MS story, and it was really inspiring to all of us.
I should follow her. I don't know if we follow each other. I hope we do. I don't know. I should try to follow her.
Okay, someone is writing hello from Greece to you.
I spent some time in Greece. I was in Suda Bay. Love your country. Love your country. Love it. Yes, she said, praise God. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am.
I really can't believe you have so many people, loving you. I think before you were here, you have already inspired millions.
I appreciate it. I definitely really appreciate it. So
Chris,
I love it.
There's one thing more I want to ask you about. That is about the Doctor's TV show that is going to come today.
Yes, it should be on right now.
Oh,
so
really?
Everybody tune in. Yes, it should be on right now. They should be coming on right now as we speak. Yeah, I'm on Doctor's TV show, and they had me, and I had an opportunity to come on there. I literally thought it was fake. I didn't even think it was. I didn't even think it was real. So I thought it was fake when they DM'd me, and I was like, "It's not real. There's some fake stuff, you know." Because you gotta be careful with it. You gotta be careful with this IG stuff, you know. So I didn't really think it was real, and come to find out it was real. Next thing you know, I was on the show.
Wow.
I was on the show. You know, I was doing hair and makeup and everything. I was like, I ain't never put no hair. I ain't know about. I really got no hair on my head, so I don't know what. Yeah, it was a great opportunity to sit in front of all these people and just tell my story, and it was amazing. I really appreciate that opportunity too. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I'm definitely recording it right now as we speak. It's on right now. It should be on right now. So everybody tune in. It was great to be on TV and to be on that show. It was amazing. Like, yes.
Are there any other questions that you would like to ask Chris? Because I really don't want to hold him now while his TV show is on. I don't want to feel guilty. So if there's any other question, I would request.
And it's also time. It's time for me to eat too. I'm gonna eat in a few minutes too. I'm about to eat again. So y'all make sure y'all eat. Make sure y'all eat y'all carbohydrates. Eat your carbs, just a little bit, not too much. I don't know what's up with these people in these keto diets. I can't do it. I need carbs. I need carbohydrates. I'm sorry. Man, I'll be a zombie walking around here if I did a keto diet. I sure would. Thank you, Miss Jen. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you too, Miss Jen. Anybody got any more questions? Let me know. Let me know. Shoot them off. Any questions? Okay, Mr. Warrior Spirits, he said, I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Yes, Miss Dawn, I'm going to follow you. I promise you, I'm going to look you up and follow you, Miss Dawn Marie. I'll look you up. What's my machine called? It's called Forever Young. The machine that I use is called Forever Young. Okay, I'll see you later.